9:36 at time. He's arguably the greatest football coach of all time, but his tenure at UNC Chapel Hill is off to a shaky start.
Coach Bill Belichick has been at the center of headlines leading up to this season, and it's been for non-football reasons, and now legal action could be taken.
So sports reporter Pablo Torre has broken several stories about Belichick, the football program, and Belichick's partner Jordan Hudson this spring. Now, as part of his reporting process, Torre has requested emails and other documents from UNC, which, as a public institution, is subject to the Freedom of Information Act. This Friday is the deadline for Torre's FOIA requests, so he now says that he's open to suing the university as he seeks those public records. So what could come next?
We want to bring back in our chief legal analyst, Khalif Rhodes. So they have that deadline of Friday to give over the documents. Khalif, let's start here. How does that work, though, if Bill Belichick's girlfriend, which UNC has said, is not an employee, so communications with private people? Is that also subject to it? Where do they draw the line?
Well, my communication as an employee with the school to a private person, yes, would be open to a FOIA request. But her as a non-employee of the school, talking to, say NFL Films, for instance, was been alleged that she was negotiating or butchered that deal. Those conversations would be off guards. And so, yes, there are a number of limits that FOIA requests have, and one of them has to be, if that person has no connection with the institution, then you don't have access to their private communications. But if it was, say an attorney or, someone on the board of trustees, yeah, their communications with a private person would be open to a FOIA request. And so I'm not sure what Pablo's attempting to do by requesting the FOIA, but if it's anything that's, from Belichick, from his emails, from his text message, he should get access to that. But if it's asking for anything with her, I'm pretty sure that's open and shut, that the precedent in the past is that there is no court cases I can point to that gives you access by submitting a FOIA request to the private citizens that has no connection to the institution.
What if UNC doesn't adhere to the deadline of Friday? Does Pablo have other legal options?
Well, he has to file a lawsuit at that moment.
Okay.
I mean, so now this deadline was like a line in the sand. It's, hey, if you don't give it to me by this date, I will do something. That I will do something will be I'll file the lawsuit. And then you're asking a court to enforce, which is already pretty, it's not ambiguous. I'm asking you for something specific. I need this time frame. I need these group of individuals' information. Give me the information that I want. I mean, if it checks the box of them being, connected to the institution in any way, they have to turn that over. And now they can raise some defenses and say, look, maybe it's attorney work product. If you're asking for things that are protected, there is a way that they can protect it. Maybe it was information that was done in some type of closed session. That's a way that can protect it. But if it's just day-to-day correspondence, and if it's talking about specific instances of negotiating contracts and things that he's attempting to get, they can't protect that and can't hold that. That's why we have the FOIA. You have these institutions, as he mentioned in his statements the other day. They are given, a lot of leeway for the small amount of having to be transparent. The FOIA keeps them transparent.
Well, so, I mean, as a public institution, is the argument there that, hey, this is taxpayer money, this is something that, we have an interest in, so you should give me that information?
100%. I mean, that's what FOIA is vested in. I mean, that's why you can do it with hospitals. They get that tax-exempt status. That's where you see it with institutions like this, where you see it with city, with government. Your taxpayer dollars are supporting that. And so because your taxpayer dollars are supporting these institutions, you're giving them, that tax-free ability as well. Now, on the other side, you have to give us that transparency. I want to be able to see where my dollars are going, or I want to be able to see what you guys are talking about, because all of these things need to be happening in the public forum because it is a publicly funded institution. And so, yeah, all grounded and rooted in that transparency. And I mean, this is obviously muddy. It's extremely murky, right? It's her getting involved in this entire situation has really, really muddied the waters of, a previously super successful career. But what I can say is Pablo sees that there's something there, and he's doing what he needs to do as a journalist. He's following the trail. Right. And hopefully when he follows the trail, it's got to this point where I can't find out anything else unless they release this information. And I think that's now, again, as I mentioned, we're that line in the sand. He's ready to see if they'll cross it or not.
And that's what any good journalist would do. It's like, I'm going to submit the FOIA. Let me make sure there's nothing else that I'm missing. Real quick for you, Khalif, is there somehow an argument that you could say that since his girlfriend has kind of been acting as his personal assistant, even though she's not employed by UNC, she's employed by the head coach at UNC, Would that be a way to work around it?
Nope, it would seem like it would be, right? Like, okay, normally you'd have a PR person from the university working for him. She's standing in that position. She's still a private citizen. You can't FOIA to her because she's standing in a role that typically would be held by a university employee. So no, you could still not get to his information, or I should say her information.
Who would have thought all the buzz around UNC football season would have been about this and not football?
Right.
And it's still not even here yet. All right, Khalif, thanks for today. Appreciate it.